Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods here. And let me start off by saying thank everybody for all of the happy birthday wishes. Um, it's really shows me how many friends I've gotten, how many people that care about me. So I appreciate all of those. And there's too many people to thank. I'm trying to go through on Facebook and on YouTube and try and answer each one of the responses, but it's just too many. But understand, I appreciate every single one of you letting me know how freaking old I am. I appreciate it. But since I am old and things and having my birthday yesterday, what I'm doing is I'm working on raising money for the channel because I want to get some more equipment and things. What I do with the proceeds from super chats as well as from Teesprings for the T-shirts and stuff that I have is I put that money into doing stuff for the channel. So I'm doing a promotion, my birthday promotion. So it's birthday 54. Um, and if you go to Teesprings and buy shirts, you get 25% off with that discount code until Sunday. So I'm up a little early as usual because I've got to head on over to this bathroom from hell, before the traffic gets bad. So my voice isn't quite there, and I'm still got sleepy dust in my eyes, and I'm trying to wake up. But I guess we're gonna have to pump the brakes on Danny Dime, who threw three interceptions last night, and Tom Brady, a guy who I think has sold his soul to the devil. 42 years old, had two rushing TDs. It's just amazing to me. Although I will say the officials do look out for him to make sure that he is not touched too hard, if you know what I mean. But New England, 6-0. They're pounding the chest about New England, 6-0, and well deserved because anytime you beat anybody in the NFL, it's a big thing. I'm not belittling that aspect whatsoever. However, how is it that New England has played three teams without a winning record in the first six? Three? And you got the Giants who only had two wins and the Steelers that only had one win. The record for everybody they've got is 7-24. That and they got the Jets next week. How does that happen? How do you get a cupcake schedule like that? Um, but anyway, here's what's crazy. Do you know that last night New England got three interceptions from Daniel Dime? It's more like 3 cents. But Daniel Dime threw it three times, three picks. And those three picks are two more than the Dallas Cowboys have all season. Think about that. In 5 games, we got one interception. They have 14 on the season. Now, granted, they're playing some crappy quarterbacks. I mean, the worst of the worst. So that always helps. That always helps. But there's no bigger stat that's game changing than takeaways. You saw the Giants got one of the touchdowns on a takeaway. That makes all the difference in the world. It's momentum changers. I don't know what we have to do, but we have just not been able to intercept the damn ball since 2014. 5 freaking years. And I don't understand it. Sometimes they come in bunches, but except with the Dallas Cowboys. We cannot seem to get those. And with that, it doesn't matter that you've got more yards on offense than anybody else this season. That's a fact. Our offense has more yards per game than anybody. Almost, well over 100 yards more than what we had last year. We're moving the ball. And this crap of New Orleans was stealing our hand signals. when I first heard that, and I hadn't talked about this much, because I was sitting there thinking, it takes me back to when the Redskins with Joe Bugle and Joe Gibbs. It used to be what you did was you actually had a guy run out on the field, tell the quarterback the plays, and he'd call it. And so he'd come off and somebody else would. So that's how you relayed it. But the Redskins were kind of one of the innovators that had two guys. And they were doing all these kinds of signals on the sidelines because they said it would save like 8 seconds of getting the play called out to them. And what they did was they had two guys that were doing signals, so that way you didn't know which one was the one that was live. And so that's what I was sitting there thinking about, hand signals. And I was like, but we have headsets and things, so we actually call in the plays to the headset. And I was like, that's one of those kind of BS ones, I think. So Dak basically said, "Hey, keep reading the Boise State ones because that's not it." But I don't know what the real deal is on that one. Like I said, I was looking at sideline clips and things like that, trying to see if Kellen Moore was actually signaling things in, because usually what you see is you see a guy with his hand over his face mask and holding the card and talking like this into the thing. So I don't know where that one came from, but I don't think that was necessarily the case. But we have got to take the ball away. The defense in yardage, okay, let's go back here. The defense last week would run amok on. The Packers were able to just run up the gut. But that was really the first game that happened. But we have got to be able to start taking the ball away and holding on to it ourselves. If we don't, it's going to be a long season. Because you look at the teams that are at the top of takeaways, they're your New Englands, they're your Green Bay Packers. They're teams that not necessarily are doing a lot moving the ball, but they're teams that are getting extra opportunities with the ball. On the flip side, when you look at the bottom 10 or so, they're all people that are losing with the exception of the Rams and the Cowboys. Those are the only two teams with winning records that aren't taking the ball away. So we have to start getting these takeaways. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, yesterday, Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins didn't practice. We don't know the status of those two. But in a way, I'm more apt to kind of say maybe we need to let these guys rest and go with what we have. It's the Jets. If we cannot beat the Jets with backup players, we're not going anywhere anyway. And when it comes to playing the Eagles the following week, we need those guys most definitely. So this is maybe where you kind of roll the dice and you don't force guys out there that may be a little bit nicked up. Randall Cobb also was on that list of injuries with a quad injury. So we are a little bit battered and bruised. We're more of the walking wounded as opposed to being out. But we're getting there bit by bit. So with that being said, it's time for me to get ready to hit this traffic and get to my day job. At least today won't be really hard because we've got all the demo and everything ripped out. It's actually the tub company is coming in to install the tubs, so I got to make sure that they got everything they need over there. Other than that, we're trying to decide if we're going to go to Lucky's to watch the game to try and change our mojo because we're 0-2 since we've been in the man cave, or if we want to risk it. Let me know what you guys think. Should we broadcast from the man cave where we're 0-2, or should we go to Lucky's and see if we can get some more luck? I don't know, but we got to do something to change this mojo. I'm Mark Holmes. Thank God for coffee. Nectar of the gods. Whew. Don't forget to tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for Joe Boo's live stream where we will talk about what the Cowboys need to do to get a win against the New York Jets. I'll see you soon.